Okay. So I'll just start over real quick here, you guys. So basically this is the new updated kits. It started April 1st, but I just got my act together and put this together on April 9th. And I wanted to remind everybody, it's best if you look at the prices in the US market. You know, you're looking at the US on your back office, it's all United States pricing. And then once you get done figuring out what you want to order, you can go ahead and do the currency exchange. And when I did this chart, I did this on April 9th, and the currency exchange rate was at 76.05. It's changing every day, of course. And so there's a fluctuation in what these prices are. I kind of hate creating these stagnant prices for you guys, because sometimes it really goes up on the currency exchange and sometimes it goes down. And we want to give you the benefit of the doubt if it goes down and help us out if it goes up, because we have to pay the higher exchange rate, right? And so please just, these are guidelines. So as you're sharing with people, say, it's around this price. Let me go ahead and figure it out on the, what the exchange rate is today, and just to be sure that we're covering all the cost. I did go through and give you an idea of like what the difference is when you're looking at the red numbers here. This is including tax and shipping if it's at that exchange rate. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this if you want, or I can send you a higher quality artwork on that. And the Aromatouch kit, again, is the new kit number 6. We had to replace the Home Essentials kit, which had the petal diffuser. They updated it with the Lomas diffuser, which is super heavy. It's like 3 pounds. It's like not worth shipping. It would cost us $75 alone just to ship that diffuser. So we're not interested in doing that. And so, but you can actually do this Aromatouch kit, and you can customize your kits now. So here's another screenshot of the Aromatouch kit if you want to do that one. I'll just take a minute if you guys are doing screenshots. And also I can send you the artwork on this, or you can make your own using Canva. Canva, canva.com is an amazing graphic design site. I love, I use it 10 times a day. So it's something that you can do for free and super easy to do. And so, but now doTERRA has done a special where you can actually go through and customize your kits for enrollment. The rule of thumb, I should have put this on, there has to be at least 150 PV. Now, this is just a temporary thing that they're doing. So dream up your own customized kits. I know Joseph was doing his own kits at one point in time, and we suggested not to do that because it gets so complicated for people. But, if you have oils that you love to sell and supplements or things like that during the United States time, it's real when we're ordering in the United States, it's go ahead and design your own kits and call it something fun. I called this one the Opportune Kit. I was just making fun. And but make it up, do the pricing, the conversion, all those things, and then go with that and see how that works for you. I know for me, my specialty is gut health. So I like to always consider the probiotics and the enzymes and the supplements and adding some oils to that. So come up with your own kits. And it seems like we've been doing a lot of those this last couple weeks since that announcement was made. So have fun with that. And I also wanted to remind everybody that this is probably, if you're going to take advantage of these Mother Day specials for moms presents, that I would get those orders in now, because it is supplies limited. And also if the shipping, we want to get that to you by Mother's Day. It's going to be a pretty close. I don't know if we can get it to you. What day is Mother's Day?
It's
the 8th. Ooh, be really close in time, because our next shipment is going to be on the 20th. The cutoff date is actually, I will go over this in a minute, on the 15th. So it'll be close to get that to you in time for Mother's Day. But don't forget, these are limited time specials. And really, like this little tool here is kind of the special item in this one, because you can order Yarrow Palm on other times. This oil, you guys, I don't know, has anybody smelled this one yet? It is incredible. I actually think this is my favorite scent. I'm not just making that up. I think I'm going to buy 10 of these, because it is a beautiful oil for diffusing. It's very calming. It's got a wonderful blend of sandalwood, and it has like a citrus smell and a little bit of a floral smell. So it's kind of a perfume. It can actually even qualify for a cologne as well, if you like, but it's very grounding, and it's just a wonderful oil for diffusing. I just think it's just a beautiful oil. And you know, what's really fun is if you want to learn more about this oil, just type in the name doTERRA Milana, and there's some really wonderful videos about this oil and a whole bunch of stuff that way. Again, this oil also is coming with the beautiful pilot diffuser. And this one is called the Max Diffuser. It actually can cover 300 square feet, and it diffuses up to 6 hours. This thing is the size of like a to-go coffee cup. And so it can fit in the coffee cup holder of your car. It's really fun to take out, like if you want to go to someone's house, because you can plug it in and charge it, and then it's all ready to go for a long period of time. It actually can go up to 12 hours in increments, which is just like, I don't know how it does it. The bath is not that big. So I can't remember how long the charging will last, and it seems like it goes on for a long time. So maybe it will cover the period of time of that bath diffuser before it gets used up. So this is just a really wonderful Mother's Day present to you guys. This how many of you guys, type in the chat, actually have the pilot diffuser? Because this is one that we have on our list that we can ship. So yeah. So just love to hear you have one, JC. Aren't they amazing? They're so fun. And at Leadership, you guys, oh, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but at Leadership, they had them in gold. They were so beautiful. I don't know why they didn't use that one for Mother's Day, because it's so pretty. It's like a rose gold. It's just really beautiful. So I wanted to also tell you guys about some product education that's happening in India. Now, for leaders, there is an app that you can download on your phone. And this app, I want everybody to download. I apologize that I didn't think fast enough to share, to grab that link. I will be sure to put that in the leaders chat so that you have that link. And this will update you on things that are happening in India, okay? Things that are happening in India, and you want to be on top of that. And so this is actually someone in the United States that's going to be teaching this class. So remind you that this is 9 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which would be 8:30 p.m. April 21st, your time, 8:30, 9 a.m. Yeah, it'll be 8:30 p.m. your time on April 21st. So go ahead and mark your calendars. I'll be sure to make sure this link is shared with you as well. If you want to take a screenshot this and share with others, but this is really exciting news to see that doTERRA is really starting to pump out great information for India. And this is a fun one because this is actually turmeric oil is sourced in India. Also, I have to thank Sagar, who found this one on that app. I missed it, and I don't know, I'm so mad that I missed it. So thank you, Sagar, for pointing it out to me. This is huge, you guys. Mark your calendars, April 14th. And this will be 9:30 p.m. You know what? I'm going to double check that time. Sagar, if you're on the call, can you check that for me and see if that's Mountain Standard Time? I did not look the time schedule on that, and I wanted to be sure that this time is correct. I just thought of that. We want to be sure that our times are, keep in mind, I'm Pacific Standard Time, Suzanne is Mountain Standard Time, and you guys are India Standard Time. So we want to make sure we're keeping an eye on the time schedules that they're doing that. This one didn't require an RSVP, but this might be some big announcements. Who knows? We don't know. We're hoping that there's some announcements happening. And so please be on that call. If it's going to be the same time as our regular Thursday introduction class, we will be doing this instead, okay? So I wanted to point that out. Please be mindful. If you need to make a screenshot of this, please do, and share it wildly with your team. Anybody have any questions so far? How are we doing, Moa? So no questions, I don't see. Okay, I think I have.
Yeah, no question, no questions.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you guys, one of the things that we want you to start collecting is testimonials. Write them down on a logbook, put them on your notes, do whatever you need to do to capture testimonials. One of the ways to be wildly sharing with people is sharing testimonials. You don't need to use people's names, but you can say, gosh, I was at a class and somebody spoke about this oil helping them with their seasonal threats, or this oil doing that. And so it really adds credibility. And one of the things that I would love to have you start doing is start learning to capture those testimonials, remembering them, and using them as far as along with your introduction classes and sharing. And even your elevator speeches when you're talking to somebody. Again, so here is the classes that we have, and we have not had you guys sign up for any of these in a long time. And I think now we want to jump back on and get these dates filled up. This is really important to be able to step forward as a leader and to have these recordings on your collection, so that way you can share them with people when you're introducing them with essential oils. I really think that if you're a new leader, the sooner you learn the class and get a recording done for you, the better you'll be. Seriously, if you're brand new to doTERRA and you're on this class for the first time, I would love to type in the chat if you're new and this is your first class. And if you would like to schedule one of these, and what we'll do is we are going to, I will help you. We will go through and do a private Zoom call, and we can walk through the presentation together. I can explain the different slides. Suzanne, your upline will also do this for you. And we can do it as many times as you want. And we can actually share our previous recordings so that you can listen to it over and over again. Seriously, the class seems more intimidating than it really is. It's very simple once you understand the basics. And that's really what we want you to do, is just getting the basics under your belt. So if anybody's interested, please private message me or Suzanne, and I'll add you to this chart. And here are some topics maybe that you might consider. And these are some topics that we share over and over again. And it's really good to find a specialty in your intro classes, as well as, I really feel that one of the things that everybody should teach right away is understanding the compensation plan. I think that this is one of the most powerful ways to be able, if you're able to share that. Now, remember, learn to teach and teach to learn, and back and forth. That's really the way to really do a deep dive in understanding how to explain the compensations, the ranks, the how the payouts work and all that stuff. It really is a powerful way to improve your where you are as a leader. I'm saying that right. Okay, so there's a couple more other things as promotions that we have not shared with you guys. And I don't know, maybe some of you know about this already, but this is a promotion that doTERRA is doing called Gather and Give. Gather and Give is a sharing promotion. So for builders who are enrolling and sharing with others, if you enroll 3 new members with 100 PV or more in April, May, or June, you will earn a 3.4 ounce bottle of Yarrow Palm Body Renewal Serum. That's incredible, you guys. That's such a wonderful gift. Easy to do. Many of you probably already have earned that. And if you enroll 5 new members, then you receive, in the next 3 months, you'll receive a 2.7 ounce rose facial mist. And you guys, I had that bottle and I was going to put that on this artwork and I completely forgot. I have never seen that before. Rose facial mist is just, I can't imagine it. It's just a really beautiful thing. So wonderful, wonderful. Now, if you're a customer, like for your customers, when you enroll them, and they will receive a 50 extra product credit points in their account. You guys, it's like receiving extra $50. That's incredible. You wouldn't even receive 50 product credit points with a 100 PV order because you're only at 10% when you first sign up, right? So it's only $10. So this is just a wonderful, this is just like enrolling for $50. Yeah. So this is something that we really want you to take advantage of. So take a screenshot of this. Yeah, JC, I can share these slides with you if you'd like, and everybody else. I will put them in my leaders group and Suzanne's, okay? Here's another thing that I wanted you guys to be aware of, and that is the online safety course that launched April 1st. This is only, I think it was just an hour long, and it's free. I think everybody should do this. And maybe if one of you leaders wanted to take this on, do the class, and then teach this class on one of our programs, that would be incredible. I think that would be a wonderful way to help teach oil safety and have a class with that. So any questions, you guys? Here's the link again. This is the, I'll go back. This is doTERRA, or excuse me, training.doTERRA.com. And when you click on that, it actually takes you to this, and there's a whole bunch of classes that you can take. Some of them have a cost and some of them are free. And so if you notice, the Aromatouch training is actually $97. And wow, that's kind of expensive, right? But if you get the Aromatouch kit as an enrollment kit, actually you get this training for free. That's like a whole wonderful thing. Isn't that great? And then the next thing is, this is the oil safety training course. And then of course, everybody who's on the business track should take on the business building certification course. And that here as well is free. So, okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to actually bring up any questions there, and then we're going to go ahead and start watching some videos. No questions, it looks like, Moa. You have your hand raised. Did you have a question?
Yeah, mute him.
Okay, so he's, I'm going to go ahead now, and let's see here. I have to find my links here. So this link here, you guys, is our, can you see everything okay? This is Natalie Goddard, who is our immediate upline. You guys are so fortunate to have her as your immediate upline. You have no idea. She is the founder of United States and actually has half of doTERRA on our team. I don't know, I might be exaggerating, but she has an incredible team. And she, we got to have lunch with her when we were at doTERRA Leadership. Suzanne, me, Shantae, which is Matthew's wife, and Cindy Brown, who's also on my team, Cindy Grass, I mean. And there was only 6 of us. We had lunch with them, and it was just incredible. So we're so lucky to be supported by them.
Please welcome to the stage your double blue diamond, U.S. founder, Natalie Goddard.
You hear it okay?
Love you all so much. It feels so good to be together, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. You have been given so much already this morning. Do you have a little bit more? Can you fit in a little bit more? Great, great. I am excited to share with you a little story. A story of a farmer that planted some seeds. And some of those seeds fell among good soil, and some fell among rocky soil. Every day he cared for the soil. Every day he watered it, and he took care of it. And then the sun came, and the seed that was planted in that good soil and cared for, it thrived, it grew. But the seeds that fell in the rocky soil or didn't have deep roots, it withered and it died. Any of you feel like you maybe have some leaders that have withered and died, some builders out there, that when the sun came, they didn't quite make it? How many of you feel like, hey, they're still alive, but they don't have deep roots, right? We need deeper roots. Well, in this analogy, doTERRA is the seed. It's amazing. It has incredible potential to do good. And the soil is the whole person, not just one part of the person, like their physical health, or they can come to doTERRA to have more of a social experience. But every part, all the 5 parts of who they are is what is required for us to go deep. Okay? These are all the needs that we have, right? Each of us have these needs, and each of our builders and leaders have the same needs. I've heard in doTERRA before, I've heard people say, actually, we just do business together. How does that work if you just do business? This is a relationship business, and it requires going deep in all 5 areas. We've consulted and mentored big leaders, people that you would not believe how their relationships with their builders and partners are. Because maybe they tried to grow too fast, or maybe they didn't care enough to dig deep. So now that we know about the needs, you can also know that the love that we pour, that's the water. That's what we need. That's the rain that comes down, the love that we pour over so that things can grow. The sun, that's the resistance. And like we all know, that's going to happen. Whether it's COVID, divorce, tragedy, war, it's coming. Have we seen the end of resistance, friends? No, right? It will continue to show up. That's not our business, right? Earthquakes, wars, that's not our business. But our business is to love. And love works. That's what we have control over in these relationships, in our partnerships, in working with our builders. And it only works 100% of the time, right? So it's really, really simple. I could sit down now and we'd be done. But do you ever wonder what love looks like? What does it look like to show up like this and really create partnerships that live and that will sustain through anything? In doTERRA, we are farmers, not hunters. We are growers, right? Have you ever thought that, okay, all the growers on this side of the bottle, we are the growers on the other side of the bottle, right? We as builders, as leaders, we grow people, we grow leaders. And that is how we do, Corey's talking about, this is how we're going to multiply the impact, right? But how do we do our part of multiplying the impact? What does that look like? It looks like loving more and loving better. And that's the way we grow up leaders. When we do that, the harvest cannot be prevented, right? So I have a handout that is in the virtual thing that you can look at, and it will help you rate your leaders. But the first most important thing is to be able to discover their unmet needs, right? I remember when I was trained by Laura Jacobs as a holistic health coach, and she said, you're a health detective, right? You're looking for unmet needs everywhere. And I started getting that mindset of, I gotta find the unmet needs. So friends, the better we become at doing that in our builders' relationships, not just with the people that we're trying to find the right natural solutions for, the better that we bring that over into our relationships and discover where those needs are the biggest and how we can meet them, that's where we'll drive deep roots. And that's going to make all the difference. Here's just some basic ideas on what you could do or where you could start to drive deep roots. But it really starts with powerful questions, right? When's the last time you asked your builder, hey, how are you really? Are we going there? Are we talking about these areas of their lives? Or do we wait till there's a total breakdown and then I can't talk to my builder anymore because they need a break for 3 months, right? So we can do this work ahead of time. And so I'm going to talk about 3 areas that we can go to drive deep roots. Number 1 is understand them. And this one's often overlooked, right? We're just like, hey, we got to get things done. We got to make this happen. We gotta advance, right? I got to get to Founders 2.0. But if we don't take the time to understand them, like my friend Tatiana, the newest founder, did you see this cute girl up there yesterday? She's amazing. And you know what? She does a few simple things to stay connected to her leaders. On the way back from taking her kids to school, she just calls her leaders for a quick check-in. And I said, how often do you do this? Is this sustainable? She said, oh, it's just my drive back home every day. So I check in with a couple on one day and I check in with the others on the next day. And then I'm checking in with the others on the other day. And I just follow what I feel and I'm checking in. And she said, then I've done that check-in, so I know where they're at physically, emotionally, spiritually, socially, right? Even financially, if they have worries, she knows where they're at and she can go deeper if needed in those moments. But she also can address the logistics of the business and what needs to happen in the business because she has a relationship to work from, right? She's building that connection into her day. Where can you build that connection into your business? I find that oftentimes we are trying to I don't want to go there. I don't want to hear how discouraging your life is right now. I don't want to hear how you're feeling frustrated about those builders. What happens when we do this? If we will take that first few minutes of a mentoring call and really listen and really go deep and take that 10 minutes, I promise you it will be so much more effective and you'll get to what's needed to happen in the business. But when we try and just go straight to the business and we don't get the work done, sometimes we spend 50 minutes spinning our wheels, right? And then finally, maybe they have enough understanding that we can get to action items, right? Any of you recognizing this pattern? Okay, I see some hands up. So we can do it differently, right? Show that empathy, find out about their world, go there. See the world through their eyes. I like to think about it as I have my builder right here, right next to me, and I'm looking at the world through their eyes versus me right here and my builder there. And I'm never going to see things the same. I'm getting in their moccasins. I want to see the world through their eyes. Laura Jacobs says, meet them where they are. And this was so brilliant to me. How do we do that? How do we do that? Remember when Emily was talking yesterday about how the hours invested in the business have gone down in the last little bit? Do you remember that? And do you know what? Laura lives this. Laura said, oh, those hours are going down. I better do a call on how to do a 10-hour work week. And so she met those her builders where they were at, and she said, let's do a call on how to do an effective 10-hour work week. Right? That's meeting them where they're at. Every one of us is on a developmental journey in doTERRA. Just like child development, and you learn things at different stages, this is so true in doTERRA, right? Where are you on this chart? Where are you in your developmental stages? Whether you're a child or a teenager in your development, it doesn't matter, just that you're progressing. And you know where you are as well as your builders. You know where they're at. And then you can understand them and help them progress to the next level, right? Oftentimes, how do we respond to our builders? We respond to them as if they were at our level. And we've got to get out of our own shoes and into their moccasins again to see the world through their eyes, right? Oftentimes, how many of you need to ask this question to your builders now? Can we start again? I can't tell you how many times we've asked this question, and it's helped us to understand where they are and be able to take accountability for anything that we've missed along the way. It's a powerful starting place to start again. Number 2, believe. Friends, this is the simplest thing, but we noticed it straight out of the gates when we joined doTERRA. The people that believed succeeded. And we know that belief leads to action, which leads to results, which then solidify our belief. Do you remember the belief levels? One of the things that we've seen over and over again here is that you will not get beyond or to gold, a solid gold, unless you have belief in your builders. Okay? So we've got to believe if we want to go next level. It's required. What does that look like? I love what my friend Rachel Jones did. She did this vision board of her builders. And the reasons, she's got their names and the reasons that they will be successful, right? Why do we need to do that? The same reason you need to put a cute family photo up in your home, because we need to look and highlight the goodness, right? Because all of your builders' weaknesses and flaws, they're in your face all the time, right? And unless you do the work in between your ears, the work to believe in them and focus on what's good about them and why they will be successful, then things won't shift like they need to. Empowered Success has put together these vision boards, and whether your people are just starting out or you're going for higher, you've got those vision boards to take advantage of now. Find those in the Empowered Success library, right? I want to tell you about some of the things that I'm seeing in other farmers in doTERRA, other growers. Seth, everything he does is to grow belief. We've partnered on some live events where the main purpose is just to build belief. And you know what? It's revolutionized his business and the other people that we partnered with. It is blowing things up. All we do is focus on belief. Did you feel Christian's belief? It's high, right? That's intentionally done because his dad, his leader, has poured belief into him. He believes in him. And that's why his sister is joining and all the other people, because they feel the belief that Seth has and is pouring into them. That brings about new possibilities and new invitations. We're bringing builder prospects together and pouring belief into them. And their wellness advocate that brought them is getting all that too. This is my good friend and partner, Amy Fulmer. She and her husband, right? They're amazing. She and her husband, they left. They were top in another company. They left. They gave that up to be able to do what they do in doTERRA. They wanted real residual income, but they joined. COVID came. It was all over. And everything that they knew about hosting classes and booking classes from classes was gone overnight. It was discouraging. And I remember one night after we'd had an event that she and her husband are just outside of our garage, and she is in tears. I thought this would happen so much faster. I thought we would be here by now. I thought this would all come together. But it hadn't. What did Amy choose after that moment? I said, Amy, you cannot believe and say, I believe, I want to receive, but I doubt, right? These two cancel out each other. And so I said, we got to take the fear, doubt, and worry to the side. And you've got to believe, even when it's hard to see why you believe. And that changed everything. There were diamonds. A few months later, she chose to believe, and she did that work right here, no matter what was happening in front of her. She saw what she wanted to create, and she created it. Number 3, invest in them. Invest time, energy, money. My favorite experience with this is with some of our builders that I just love. They just had their 10th child, Mark and Jen Garrett. They're amazing. And he took a picture of my sandals at their home because I had gone to rub his wife's feet. Sometimes we invest differently than we're thinking about. So you be open to what it is for your builders and leaders. Sometimes they need it in a different way. So pay attention to their needs so you can deliver it. Jared and Heather Anderson, they are amazing. Love them. And I have seen them invest in so many ways, right? Before doTERRA, they were entrepreneurs. They invested in snow cone business. They invested in healthcare facilities. They invested in gas stations. They knew what it takes to be successful in business. Did they expect to come to doTERRA and not invest? No way. They invested big in doTERRA. They brought their time, their energy, and their money to the table to put together events, to get to where their people are. They show up time and time again. Last week, they did this big millennial mastermind, right? Because their newest builder is a millennial. So they're working and shifting, whatever it is, to show up and invest in their teams. Matt and Shantae Hall, how do you think they showed up, right? They showed up by bettering themselves. They kept investing in themselves to become better, to attract better leaders, okay? Do you know how many classes he recorded and improved his Portuguese before he found the amazing builder that he was to lead? So many, right? Now they invest in their people by going to be with them. They traveled to Brazil. They travel to Washington State to be with their people and find out their needs. And then they come to us and say, what about if we do this? What about if we do that? They just launched teams in India and they're willing to travel, willing to get there, right? This right here is an event that we do every year. We do a partner mastermind and bring together our main qualifiers just to say, hey, let's huddle. How can we do this better, right? This was inspired by Laura Jacobs. I love this. Maybe your team needs a top leader mastermind. What if you brought together even 5 of your top leaders and found out their needs and teamed up better? What would that look like? We also do a partner chat that helps us invest and connect with them. I want to share with you about Lavena Painter. She's one of the amazing Hawaiians that have done so much, and they have invested in their business by choosing to create an Ohana team. Their team, each one of them, does what they are so good at. And that's how they come together. So they're all not doing every part. The ones that are great at continuing ed are teaching that class for the team. The ones that are great at the Zoom class do that. Everybody does their own individual classes, absolutely, does their own individual enrollments. But the photographer that came in, she's the one taking the photographs at the builder training so that everybody has a great headshot, right? They show up that way. They also incentivize in their business. They're investing in toothpaste and they give that to everybody that enrolls within 24 hours. They give a guide to everybody that gets their first LRP. And this is what they're giving for their second and third LRP. They're investing in their business and it's paying off. Friends, love works, but only every time. Grab an oil, pull it out, and I want you to just visualize for a moment You are not the builder. You are not the leader that you were when you started. You have become so much more, and you have so much more to offer. I want you to close your eyes and visualize yourself loving on, reaching, touching everyone that you were meant to lead. You are seeing their needs, you're meeting their needs, you're investing in them, you're doing that with so much wisdom. As you do that, the harvest cannot be prevented. You will experience rock solid leaders, and you'll have growth, peace, and fulfillment no matter what. I'm so grateful for you. You've got it in you. I hope you can see it because I see it in you. Thank you.
So what did everybody think of that? She's pretty incredible, right? I wanted to know if anybody had any questions or any thoughts and inspiration that they pulled from that. Let's share. Yeah, she's amazing, huh? In Nasamla. She's just an incredible person. And I chatted with her to ask if she's going to come to India with us on one of our next trips. And she said she will consider it. So I like to say that people think we're twins because we have the same facial features. Somebody thought I was her sister when I was there. It's kind of fun. Yeah, so I will share with you guys. Actually, let me see if I can do that right now. Any questions? Go ahead and ask questions right now. I'm going to share my screen and see if I can share with you one more thing. Sorry for my messy desktop because that's how I work. But if you go into shared success, this is when you go to shared success, this is their website, you guys. And Natalie actually designed all the live, share, build guides that doTERRA adopted. But if you actually go through and go to their library, it's really hard to see on that photo. But if you scroll down, there's all these really great PowerPoints for business, bonus downloads. There's a whole bunch of really cool stuff in here. So these are the older versions, looks like. But she was mentioning a couple things there on her presentation, and it's these. So this is a really great thing to download, that one chart on the different levels and beliefs. And the more and more I study this, the more and more impactful that this really is. So go ahead and download this. Maybe this would be a really great meeting to have with your leaders to share with us and see where their beliefs are and focus on like maybe filling in those gaps of being able to help build those beliefs. I also like this. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if we can enlarge it. I also like this power of 3 chart, which is kind of a nice way to strategize to see if you're getting your power of 3 and building your team that way. And this one here is a class planner. So maybe you can use this form to write out all the different classes that you're scheduling for the week or month or whatever you're deciding to do. This is a nice form here that says find your why. And it's really a great thing. We've talked about developing your why and customer trackers. There's all these really beautiful things. You know, you don't need to get yourself in the weeds of all this stuff. But some of the stuff, here's this one chart that we were talking about to one of my leaders here that is the growth stages, like raising a child as we build our business leaders and stuff. And I kind of was insulted by that at first because I was the baby, right? And I thought, no, I'm an adult. But actually, really in our mindset with building doTERRA and building a business, there's so many wonderful things as far as personal development that helps us go up the ladder. And maybe you might have some skill sets in being a teenager, but you might be missing a few things in between here. And it's so true on all that stuff. So, and then she has a bunch of fun posters, which make nice mimes. And here are those charts that she was talking about like the builder charts and the dream board charts to be able to use that. So again, this is sharedsuccess.com library. I'll just post this in the chat real quick so you guys can at least have that link. And I hope today's class was valuable for you guys. And do you have any thoughts or questions? Everybody's so quiet. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording.